Hi guys, this is Julia for Ways to Wonder. I am a passionate traveler, traveling off and on since 2011. I have been living in vans, crossing the Atlantic Ocean, hitchhiking a sailboat, ending up living in the Caribbean for 1.5 years, and many more adventures. And I'm doing interviews with people that are traveling even in times of Corona. In today's interview, I'm going to talk to Justine. She's a French girl that started traveling with 18, hitchhiking and couch surfing all over the place. She hitchhiked over 150,000 kilometers alone and has some really interesting stories to share. But hear for yourself. Let's call her. Hi, Justine. Thank you so much for jumping on this call with me today. You have been agreeing to this interview very spontaneously, and I actually don't know much about you, just that you are sailing, that you're from France, and yeah, that you're in Greece at the moment. So please introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. So, hi guys, and hi Julia. Thank you for this interview. My name is Justine, and I'm from France. I'm more known under the name of Crazy French Traveler because it's how people describe me when I speak about my travels. So here is come from my nickname. So I started to travel by my own at 18. Um, it was just that I needed to go away from France to escape myself from my daily life and to, I don't know, taste new thing that I never done before, and I wanted to push my limits. I don't know, and really to meet other people. So I began to travel at 18 in Crete. So that was in Greece. And I hitchhiking and couch surfing and backpacking basically. Without so much money, and from this first trip, I got addicted to traveling, and I traveled again and again, and I hitchhiked in all Europe, and then I went to Asia, to Middle East, to Iran, Armenia, Turkey, Georgia, India, Vietnam, Laos, Indonesia, Cambodia, all by hitchhiking and couchsurfing. And then I came back to Greece, and I always wanted to learn how to sail and to test a new way to travel that what I used to by hitchhiking and couchsurfing. And I had this opportunity through the website of Crew Bay, and I found a boat, and it was really good timing. I was able at this moment, and the boat was able, and so it was like perfect. And 2 days later, I left, and I was on the boat, and I totally loved it. It was totally a new experience. So Kriba is like a volunteering way of traveling. It's a just for boat, and so I was helping, and I was sleeping for free, and so that was like an exchange. And I stayed 2 months and a half on the boat, and I got a love story with the captain, and so this is why now I'm still on the boat. And but I'm not really on the boat because now we are restoring the boat on the shipyard from December in Pios Island, and we are still working a lot on it. It's a classic wooden boat, so the wood is really it's really something difficult to work with and to um, I don't have the word in English, but you have really to care about it often. And so it's a lot of work, and we are hoping to sell in a month. And yes, that's my new life now, traveling by boat.
That's awesome. Like I've been doing some boat hitchhiking myself back in 2013. I was crossing the Atlantic Ocean to Brazil
Oh, that's
from
amazing.
from the Canary Islands and then up to the Caribbean, and then I stayed in the Caribbean for 1.5 year,
Oh
um,
my
boat
god.
hitchhiking all over the Caribbean. So when I saw your Instagram, I was like, "Whoa, this is so awesome!" Like I really love um, that there's girls courageous enough to go for a trip like this, and you've been to so many places by yourself hitchhiking, so you're a really grand example of a solo female traveler being courageous enough and like making all of these experiences by herself. That's really inspiring. I think you have a very inspiring story here. So
Well, we're just going with the flow, and I don't know. I never really wanted to follow their normal rules, but I don't know, to do whatever you really want to, and step by step, it's something who will you will going, and it will begin to be like natural. And I don't know if it's courage, but the first step is always the most difficult, right? But then after it begins to be like your life. Even for some people, it's like really weird.
mhm.
It's like the nomad life. but yeah, but you've been really brave too to hitchhike in Lower Canaria and the Caribbean and both hitchhiking. That's really a great experience.
Yeah, it is. It is. And many people don't even think about the possibility of traveling by boat. And it is really way more accessible than what people would believe, because I had zero sailing experience, and I must say I'm not really a sailor because I get really sick on boats. I did lots of sailing, but it never totally disappeared. Like I've always gotten sick, so
Oh,
sadly, I think it would be an amazing life for me, but I just can't take it because I don't
yeah.
get over the motion sickness.
Oh, yes. I wanted to, it was one of my dream and challenge that I wanted to do. It was to both hitchhiking and do the transatlantic like you. And so I wanted the first sailing experience in Greece. And then, nah, okay, I will not do any more boat hitchhiking because I'm living on a boat and you're welcome on it. But if you're sick,
Thank you. So I would love to. I would really love to. I just know it's not a good idea. I tried everything. I tried all the remedies, like from the medications to like eating ginger and every. I really tried everything that people told me that helps people getting over seasickness. Didn't work for me. But
no,
anyhow, I don't want to miss the experience in my life because it was just so special. And of course, it would have been smart to actually try and go to Greece or somewhere and see how sailing actually is. But yeah, our goal was to go to South America without a plane, and that was the only option. So yeah, that's how we did it. So how for how long are you living on this boat already?
So I came on the boat at beginning of September, and since then I didn't really leave it. I just went back 2 months in France for Christmas and everything. But then yeah, I came back beginning of February. So yeah, it's been like 7 months, I think, 6 months, 7 months that I'm like in the boat lifestyle. Yeah.
So, where have you been when you first heard about Corona? Have you been traveling at the moment?
So when there was Corona, at the really beginning, I was in Asia, and I was still traveling because I didn't really was afraid about it, or it was something new. But even if it was something new and everybody was telling me it's gonna be really something, it's gonna stay, it's gonna evolve, it's gonna come in Europe, and protect yourself, stop traveling, and I was like, no, that's okay. Even like Asia, it's more dirty than Europe or everything, but I wasn't scared, and I just yeah, don't want to live by the fear. If I will be sick, I'll be sick, but I'm not gonna wait to be sick while staying at my home and not traveling. So I just continue my trip, and then I had booked my flight back, and I didn't have problem, luckily, to come back in France. And then yeah, I've been locked down in France, but then I started travel again when it was open in June. All the summer, and I came to Greece. I stayed 3 months in Crete first. Um, because I had friends there, and I love this island, and I was exploring around. And then, yeah, I had this opportunity with the boat, and we traveled with the boat, and no, we weren't afraid. It's I don't know, it's something. It's a sickness, but there are before, way before, a lot of sickness, and if I'll be sick, I'll be sick, and that will happen. But I'm not gonna wait in my home to be sick.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely feel you on this. And did the situation with this global pandemic affect your travels in any way?
um, well, that was for sure definitely different this year. Where I've been, especially, I mean, with the COVID, I was more in Greece, so. And I think exploring Greek island under COVID circumstances was like a unique experience, because it's so touristic places and so crowded. Not just about the boat, but all the islands and like Santorini and everything. And we've been there, and it was like so empty, and it was just a dream, like Greece 40 years ago. I don't know, and we were like alone walking in Ia, or it's in Santorini. It was amazing, and about vaccine or anything, or transportation or COVID vaccine, I don't know. We no, we didn't have any problems. Just when I came back as a winter to my parents and everything, I had to make a basic COVID test, but just a simple thing. Nothing really affect our uh, me if I wanted to go somewhere. Like if I want, I go.
Well, that's the right mindset. And how do you finance your travels? Because it's this question that like we get most of the times because people
Yeah,
can't imagine how we can afford a traveling lifestyle. How do you do it?
yeah. Well, the first thing it's that people have to think, it's to see how we are really traveling, because there is really different way to travel, and I think right now we are really in a generation that we learn how to travel really cheaply. I mean, with really low budget, and but it's still really not so popular, and people really don't really know about it. But like me, I always travel by hitchhiking and couchsurfing. So basically, for my transportation, I don't spend any money, no bus, no train, just plane when I'm going in a continent or another one like Asia. But if I travel in Europe, I hitchhike. Like 1 year ago, I did Paris Athens in 56 hours of hitchhiking. So less than 3 days, and yeah, I didn't spend any money. I didn't take any plane, any bus. So for transportation, yeah, my budget is like €0. To sleep, I'm doing couchsurfing. So if you, I guess you know, but it's an application where you can sleep for free in people home, on the bed or on the floor or on a sofa, whatever. And it's great to exchange with people and meeting other culture. So I sleep for free, and if I don't find a host, I always have my tent in my small backpack. So I'm just camping wherever I can, on the grass, in a field, or sometimes when I'm doing big hitchhiking trip, and I don't want to stop in a city, and I just want to stay on the highway. I'm just sleeping on the gas station on a sofa. And about the food, because there is three most things that people are worried. To transportation, to sleep, and to eat. So to eat, well, I'm traveling really in cheap country. I mean, Asia, Southeast Europe. It's not so expensive. You can eat for €2. So you know,
Mhm.
not a big budget.
So you are a minimalistic traveler. You just travel for cheap, so therefore you don't need much money.
Yeah, I mean, I love to do this way because I love the unknown, and the hitchhiking brought me so much. And I mean, now I'm traveling with the boat, but every time I'm on the island, I'm hitchhiking because it's really something that I miss, and it's really made me who I am. You know, I began to be really less shy, more sociable, more open, more confident in myself. Less scared to speak, and you speak also English with the driver, so you also progress, and sometimes you met great people, and you have unique experiences, because sometimes you're really gonna like the person that you're gonna chat with, and they're gonna say, oh yeah, I'm living in this town, you can sleep in my home, meet my family, and it's just amazing story which is happening to you that you couldn't live if I was just taking a bus or a car. So it's really something that I love. It's not because it's free, it's because I love to meet people and to have this unexpected things that nobody could live.
Mhm.
And just human simple feel, just to be with someone and to share a moment together, and that it's really something unique. And couchsurfing, it's a bit the same after all. You know, it's just you meet a stranger, you know, you have some common value because you're, well, normally, I mean, often you both traveled and you're open about culture and everything. So you have, in general, really good experience with good couchsurfing too. And it's really unique moments. It's, yeah, traveling, it's all about connecting with people. So, and hitchhiking, couchsurfing are really um, something which makes your trip even stronger about meeting other people, more intense.
Yeah, very true. And I think that's a very important aspect of traveling, because that's what you just described is what traveling should be really about, because that's what makes you grow. Going out of your comfort zone, meeting people, going with the flow, because exactly this is where magic happens, right? If you go to a hotel room and you have your little place, your little beach, your beach that is part of the hotel, you're just
Yeah,
not really getting out of your comfort zone. You just have everything there, and once you
you don't
really
really live the experience in the country. You know, you don't feel. You don't meet the local. You don't speak with them. You don't uh, see how really the local live inside their home, or how they're, so you're just in your hotel and you speak with no one, and you're just well, having a walk on the beach. It could be in your own country, I mean.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely I'm not this kind of tourist.
Yeah, and it's amazing, like really for people to know what kind of awesome happenings and experiences you will have when you do this, because like hitchhiking, you just really, like you said, you meet people, they invite you to stay with them at their home, you will have amazing food, you will have amazing stories, you really get to know the place, you really get to know the culture, the food, and you connect on a way different level than how you could ever achieve. So
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure you have like a million really crazy stories of happenings when you just went with the flow and hitchhiked from
Yeah,
one place to the other.
that's for sure. So many, and yeah, I could write a book. Yeah, I mean,
Maybe you
one
should,
time,
maybe you should. I think it
yeah,
would be very inspiring, because
I
that's,
want to. I want to. I always write a travel diary, and because I always had the thought that I really want to write a novel, and maybe many novels. But I think, yeah, I mean, when you're living something like this, hitchhiking for, I mean, I hitchhiked 150 kilometers, 150,000 kilometers, and in a different countries, different culture, it's like so much stories, and I don't want to forget them. That's why I want to write. I try to write daily in my
uh-huh.
diary when I'm traveling, but this is so hard
Oh
because
yes,
this is
actually.
so tiring to travel like we are doing it, because it's hiking every day or almost. When and when you're doing couchsurfing as well, because you're a guest, and even if you're driving, you have to speak. I mean, even if you love it, but
You're
sometimes
tired.
some days are really hard and really tiring, and you don't want to speak, but yeah, it's great stories.
Yeah, like I'm going through my travel stories, and I have like a whole box and like a million different books of all my travel
Yeah,
diaries.
so you should write a book too.
Yeah, like actually I want to share many of my stories with videos,
Yeah,
like just making videos where I read random stories of my travel experience, because I think it's a medium that people are more people like to enjoy. Like, of course, many people read, but I think more people watch videos on YouTube nowadays. Even though I
yeah.
think both is nice and both is great to do. Like, of course, I would like to write a book one day. That would be great.
It's true that doing a video and just telling your story, it's way faster than writing a book. But to have something in paper, I think it's true. Something always, it will always be something, something more. I don't know. I really love a novel and book, and it's it's really nice to have like a memories of all your trip on a paper. It's
Oh yes.
something.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for like so many things I have not written down, and they're in here, but
Me too.
it's not the same. Like, if you write it
Yeah,
down, you will read it again and you will be like, "Whoa, this happened?" Like, you almost forgot. Like, your memory can just keep that much, and if you write it down, you will always have surprises.
video are nice because you can see the emotion of the faces, but you cannot feel the sensation that the person really had at this moment, And when you write, you can really describe everything and you can really live the moment.
That's true. Yes,
That's
that's very
both are
true.
nice. But I really also thought about doing videos and everything, but yeah, it's also a lot of work to do. But yeah, I'm gonna try really this summer.
What I think important there is to communicate people that they don't need to be afraid. Like, in 50 in 50 hitchhike experiences, you will maybe have one or two not so good ones, but the rest is amazing. And people always don't do things
Yeah,
because they're afraid of what if. And what
yeah,
if is
Yeah, exactly. They're thinking about the worst which can happen, but which is really a really low percentage, and there is always something bad who can happen everywhere. It's not just hitchhiking. And as you say, it's like future drivers, and even though I mean, if I say a percentage about all the drivers that I had, I will say like I don't know, 1% of experience I had was were really bad, but this is nothing
Yeah,
because I
nothing.
had thousands of drivers, but it just I think if you're positive, and you're you have positive vibe and you're not afraid and have the confidence, you will attract good things to you and you will attract positivity back. And but if you're scared and you go and you're really afraid, maybe something bad will happen because you will not really react well. Or I think you really have to be positive. I really believe in that if you're positive will happen to you. Good thing will happen to you.
Yes, I really believe in that too. And if you really live the traveling lifestyle and you are confident and you are grateful, then good things will happen. It's just you manifest it with everything you send out. And I think it's very, very important what you just said. And it's something that people should really, really think about. Like what you think and the vibrations that you send out is what will come back to you. So if you're
Yeah.
scared, and if you're scared of the world and everything that happens to you, then you will attract exactly these things. So really think about what you want to attract in your life.
Indeed.
Like, what do you have something, some inspirational words or something that you would like to tell people who maybe want to start traveling, or maybe some tips, something that helped you?
Yeah, we say don't let the fear stop you, let it drive you. No, I think yeah, the most important thing is to not think too much. And when you have an idea and you still have it for a while and it's here, but you're afraid and something is really uh, keeping your way to doing it, but you can, but you don't want, or it just don't think too much about it and don't listen too much also the others, really think yourself, what you really want to do and think about it like you can do it, and then do the first step and you will see that it wasn't so much something which was really afraid, something really difficult, and then you will just really enjoy it really much because after all it's all what you really wanted to do.
Then you will be very proud of yourself, and you will
Yeah.
you will grow from it, right?
Yes, I will say follow your heart, don't be afraid, be positive and be happy and enjoy every little moment because it goes so fast.
Oh yes, oh yes, very true. Like live in a way that you could die
Yeah,
tomorrow,
don't
because
not
you
feel
never
bad,
know.
think and to not do what you really want to do and to find excuses or to say this is not the logical way or what my parents or my boyfriend or girlfriend will say, and sometimes you need to break some things that you installed in your life, some daily habits or to not be friends with some friends of you and just to to do your way because this is your life and you have to choose what you really want to do in your life and not follow a circle that we put in your mind or that people put in your mind.
Yes, very, very strong words. Where can people follow your journey or follow you, your Instagram, your social media handles?
Why do you say?
Where can people follow you, like on your social media handles, and where can they follow your journey?
On Instagram, on my account, Crazy French Traveler. I just have Instagram. I have Facebook, but I'm really more in Instagram. And I have YouTube also with some videos about my hitchhiking trips. And I'm gonna do more now, but about the sailboat lifestyle. And well, now we're gonna try to create a sailboat page also. And yeah, as I said, you're welcome on the boat.
Thank you. I will definitely pass by and visit you guys if you're still in Greece when I'm on my way. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I would
Well,
really love to meet you.
we're gonna stay for the year, I think.
Okay. So basically you don't have no travel plans at the moment. You just
We have, but you know, I think with the COVID, the summer is gonna be short as well, like last year. So I think we will not be allowed to sail after end of October. I think we will not be allowed anymore. Like last year, we were locked down in Greece from November. So I think summer is gonna be like 4 months because we are gonna put the boat on the water beginning of June, and yeah, it's gonna be 4 months of sailing. So 4 months is really short in Greece, and then we really wanted to go in Italy and France and Spain and Portugal, but also, you know, it's a sailboat, and there is also time to go from a country to another. So if we just have 4 months to sail, we have clearly a, a lot of things to see in Greece, so many islands. So better to, you know, not one. Um, what I like also about traveling, as I did hitchhiking, couchsurfing, but also with a sailboat, that after all, it's kind of the same thing. It's like you move at your rhythm and you take time to move as you want. And I really hate to rush in my trip and to want to go everywhere, but to not see anything. So it's good to go from island to island in Greece. They're all very close. So, and just to feel the atmosphere of the country, the locals, and yeah, that's the
awesome.
plan. But then maybe we will do the transatlantic end of the year. We'll see.
I am really looking forward to follow your journey and to see where you at and maybe meet up somewhere on the way at the journey somewhere. And
Yeah, that would be my pleasure. Thank
thank you so much for taking the time out of your day for this interview. It has
you.
been a
That
pleasure, very
was my.
interesting, and you're very, very lovely person.
Thank you so much. You too.
And yeah, let's keep in touch and maybe have a follow up anytime soon, whenever it's right.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, definitely. Yeah. Maybe one time we will travel together by hitchhiking.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to travel with my van soon, but since Greece
Oh,
has,
that's great.
yeah, I've lived and traveled in vans most of my traveling career, and I'm now building out my fourth van. Um,
Wow.
but the vans before two were very minimalistic, and yeah, now I really want to build my dream castle, kind of.
Yeah, I see. I see. Yeah, it's one also of my plan one day. It's to travel by van. I think it's super cool.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
I love camping, but it's like you can camp in your car, but it's like you're home and you're super free to go anywhere. And yeah, I think it's like just amazing.
Yeah,
Almost.
that's what I love so much about it. But it's true that you miss a little bit the connection because you're very much to yourself. You have your house everywhere. You can park anywhere and sleep anywhere. So you're really independent. So basically, you don't have to connect so much with other people. So it's still interesting to find ways how to connect and find places where you connect.
ways like couchsurfing and Ongoat, and you can still always find many people there, and Facebook group, even if it's less, I think less fast, because
Mm-hmm.
Ongoat and couchsurfing is like immediately. But there's always ways, or if you just smile to someone and ask something. But I see your point.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty similar with the boat because
Yeah.
you have your place to stay and come back to. Where are you guys living now?
So now we are living at the shipyard on the boat
Okay.
because we are working on the boat, but we kind of put away all the pieces on the boat, so everywhere on the shipyard there is pieces on the boat that were like painting, varnishing, or sanding, but we are still living in the boat. And but the boat is out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
so he's on some construction.
Construction.
Yeah, kind of on the shipyard. And yeah, this is where we live. But of course now we cannot really meet people because, well, we are working and we are really really busy and we don't really rest so much. But there's also other people who are restoring their ship, so we have friends here, so it's good. But it's not like every day new people. But when we are traveling with the sailboat, every time we are, coming on the port and we are putting the boat there, it's like everyone is coming because it's a wooden sailboat from 1960s.
Oh
So
wow.
it's like pretty, yeah, like it's not every day that we see a wooden boat. And so everybody is like a little interested, and so it's actually really easy to meet people and to connect with the others. And between the boats also, it's you meet other sailors, so it's like the sailors' world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's another thing.
You stand out with the wooden boat and make connections through it as well. That's really
Yeah,
cool. Like I've been
yeah,
in the Caribbean, there was this pirate boat, which was also a wooden boat that they use for movies, but it was really really old. I was sleeping on it like just some few nights. Got invited, but it was really yeah strange. Like when you used to normal boats, it was really strange because when once you get like insects or something like cockroach and stuff in it, you could never get rid of it. They told me, and it was yeah, it was interesting.
yeah. I guess in the Caribbean did a lot of this. Here we don't have so much. In Greece, we never had.
Okay,
But
good, good.
yeah, we are a bit afraid if we go. And also, it's not so good to be in so much country who have a lot of humidity for the
Mhm.
wood and gold, because the wood it's not good for the wood. But yeah, we'll see if it will be possible.
Was this the only boat that you ever sailed with, or did you also sail with others?
No, it's the first sailboat where I've been.
Okay, so you don't really have the comparison between.
No, I mean I visited Over's boat because we met our friends and here on the shipyard, but I never sailed on an overboat or
Mhm.
lived on an overboat.
Wow.
But I like our boat.
Yeah, I have to like look through your Instagram. I think I didn't like really see a picture of your boat.
Yeah, the account of the boat is selling Font with Font Caravel. The name is Caravel
Oh,
of the boat.
is it a French name?
No, it's Italian. It's an Italian boat.
Ah, okay. So your boyfriend, he's Italian?
No, no, he's French. I mean, it has been built in Italia, but from Laurentians. And yeah, it's a bit like Caravella, but we like to say la Caravelle, like it's little Frenchy.
Cute.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, awesome. Thank you again so much for having this talk with me. And let's keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to meet you. Thanks so much for the invitation.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you so much for jumping on the opportunity. As I said, it's usually
A connection with just two girls who are quite similar after all. So much.
okay, Justine. Thank you so much, and talk to you soon, I hope.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you guys so much for watching this interview. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.